everyone. I'm Nicole Moss, co-founder of Moss Consulting. Thank you so much for joining us for this very special edition of the Moss Minute called Park Talk, where we talk to incredibly awesome people that live in Easton Park, our neighborhood. We're here today with Loranda Stuart, and I'm so excited to be sitting with her to learn about your experience in Easton Park as well as what you do for work.
My profession is a mortgage loan officer. So that's what I enjoy doing, and it's a passion of mine. I've been doing it for a very long time. I think the market is really interesting, and it's just fascinating to me to kind of watch those trends and be able to kind of help and educate my clients through that process. And then I'm involved in some other networking groups and organizations throughout the neighborhood as well.
Yeah, that's great. Loans and mortgages and all that. We've all been through this kind of like wild wave of the market and interest rates and buying houses and selling houses. Like, how does that impact your day to day, and what is your passion for doing mortgages?
Yeah. It definitely has been an interesting time. We've seen, like you said, lots of ups and downs. It's a very cyclical market. We've seen prices and values go up, skyrocketing. Interest rates went up at a very quick amount, in a short time. And so, that really affected the market and people being able to make moves that they wanted to do. Affected a lot of first-time home buyers, and we saw the effects of that. I think now we're kind of settling down. People are getting used to the interest rates, and that's going to be kind of steady for some time. And we are seeing movement now. I think I heard there's like 14,000 homes on the market in Austin today. So we are seeing the movement, and honestly, if you're looking to buy a home, it's not a bad time to do it.
That's great. If someone was interested in buying a home, and I know you're not a real estate agent, but how can we help promote what you do? What company do you work for, and what's the best way for people to get in touch with you if they have questions or need help?
Yeah, I am with Barton Lending, and they are an amazing group. They've been around for a very long time, got tons of reviews and all of that jazz online and through referrals. So definitely contact me there. I can help with anything. I can do conventional financing, which we're most familiar with, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and those traditional type financing. I can also do some kind of creative financing, which is what we're seeing a lot more of now as the rates have, gone up. And especially like people changing jobs and being self-employed, they may not qualify for traditional financing. So we offer some what we call non-QM or untraditional financing, where if you're coming from a W-2 job and you're starting being self-employed, you may not qualify traditionally. So I've got some great programs that help, kind of outside of the box scenarios. And I love being able to kind of offer that wide variety, and not only just helping home buyers, but also investors as well.
So you mentioned untraditional financing or non-traditional financing. We're entrepreneurs. We are just now lucky enough to be on our own payroll. But that took 5 years to get to the point. And so in that time, Steve was still working his job, and I was not. I was all 1099, and it was a very tricky home buying situation.
Yes.
So because in Easton Park there are so many entrepreneurs, and I think that what we've seen is people move in, they have a steady job, like with a W-2 job, and then you get this side hustle going, and then it turns into, you're like, oh, I can do this instead of my real job. And then maybe they have a baby at the same time, and they're like, we have to move out of Bryant Park or Nob Hill and go into a larger home, but oh my gosh, I'm 1099. So what can you give us some examples of like how that creative financing works for entrepreneurs in Easton Park?
Yeah, it is a very, case-by-case scenario, but exactly as you're describing, we're able to kind of one of the things I love doing is really talking to my clients, understanding their scenario, really getting a picture as to where they're at right now, what their finances look like, what their credit score looks like, all those things that are so critical to, you know, being approved for a loan and getting the best interest rate, the best terms. So I kind of look at that whole scenario, and then being in the broker side of things, I can shop that scenario out to lots of different investors and get the best rate and terms that are applicable to their scenario. So I love that creative structuring of the deal and really understanding, you know, what their current situation is, maybe what some tweaks or improvements are that we can help get them into a better situation, and then, you know, guiding them through that whole process. So really, I love that education piece and that, you know, supportive aspect of it. You know, if you're coming into this as the first time, or it's been a long time since you've done it, things have changed a little bit. And so it's nice to have somebody just say, hey, look, let's take this step by step. It's going to be as painless as possible, and I'll guide you through the whole way. So
that's awesome. And it's so interesting. And I think because we have just such a huge amount of entrepreneurs within Easton Park, that you had a job at some point, and most people that live here have, you know, were first-time home buyers or had bought a home before. I guess that would be everyone. But, you know, it is with entrepreneurs, even if you have bought a home before, when you're navigating these waters of, I need non-traditional financing, it's scary. And as entrepreneurs, your days are as full as they can be. You're as stressed as you can be. Your bucket's full. So to have a group that you could go to and say, hey, we're thinking about making this life change of selling our home and buying another home, and this whole thing, it's wonderful that that's a service out there. So is there, your website is a great place to reach out to you. Is there any other place like LinkedIn or any other?
Yes, definitely find me on LinkedIn, Loranda Stuart, Stuart. And Barton Creek Lending Group is the company that I'm with here in town. And yeah, I'd love to help you reach out in any way. I'm also on our community Facebook pages and all that. So yeah, connect with me and I'll be happy to help guide you through it and answer any questions that you have.